All right, so in the last lesson, you saw how we were able to use the image that the user picked in the image picker controller and convert that image into a CI image and then pass that CI image into our detect image method. Now, once that image goes into this detect image method, then we do a couple of other things here. Firstly, we load up our model using the imported Inception v3 model. And then we create a request that asks the model to classify whatever data that we pass it. And the data that we pass it is defined over here using a handler. And then we use that image handler to perform the request of classifying the image. And once that's process complete, then this callback gets triggered and we get back a request or an error. And we print out the results that we got from that classification. And as you can see, the results were pretty accurate, but now we have to dig into those results because we want to see if the top result, the result with the highest confidence, was classified as a hot dog or as not a hot dog, making it more like the seafood app from Silicon Valley. So instead of printing out all of the results into the console, what we want is to change the title bar text up here to say hot dog if the image contains a hot dog, or not hot dog if the image is classified to not contain a hot dog. So how can we do that? Well, the first thing we can do is delete this print statement, and we're going to check in the results that we get back for the first item. So that's usually the one with the highest confidence interval. In this case, it was 82% confident that the image contained a computer keyboard or keypad. So in order to tap into that first result, we can write if let first result equal results dot first. That was easy, right? So now inside here, we can tap into first result and we can check if first result dot identifier contains a string called hot dog, then the classification we got back was certain that it contained a hot dog, right? Then the classification we got back is pretty confident that there's a hot dog in the image. In that case, we're going to change the navigation bar's title to say hot dog. So we'll write self.navigation item dot title equals hot dog. Now, if the first result doesn't contain the words hot dog, then we're going to set the navigation item's title to not hot dog instead. All right, so that's pretty simple, right? So we're basically using optional chaining to check to make sure that the results that we get back definitely have a first result value. And then we're using that value to check that its identifier contains the word hot dog. So what you see in the console at the moment is an array of all of the VN classification observations. And if you have a look at the first VN classification observation up here, you can see that it contains a number of properties. And one of those properties is this number here. And that's the percentage confidence the model has in its own prediction. So this prediction for that image we saw earlier on, the model is 82% confident that it is a computer keyboard. Now this string, which says computer keyboard, comma keypad, is the identifier property of the first result. And in this line of code, we're checking to make sure that in that string there contains the word hot dog, in which case we're looking for the most confident prediction from the model and checking to see if it includes a hot dog prediction. And if it does, then we're pretty certain that the image contains this hot dog and we're going to show the user the prediction. If not, then we'll show them the not hot dog variant. So let's give it a spin, shall we? All right, so I've got the app loaded up on my phone. And I'm going to first take a picture of the keyboard and hit use photo. Let's see what we get back. Not hot dog. All right, let's try it with the real deal now. Let's try it with a hot dog. Use photo. Hot dog. Brilliant. So our app is working. Now, I don't know how many hot dogs they've trained this Inception V3 model on, but from my testing, it's been able to pick up most of the hot dog images that I can find on Google. Now, it can be a bit more variable when you try it on a live food item. I've tried a few times, but depending on the orientation, sometimes it identifies it as not a hot dog. So I'm sure there's still more work for Google to be done on Inception, but it's already performing pretty well. So there it is. There is our remarkably simple app where we managed to tap into the camera, take photos, and classify those images all on the device. So I can show you, if I switch into airplane mode, you can see that the classification still works even though I have no internet whatsoever. So there you go. That's how incredibly simple it is to implement image recognition using Vision and Core ML. So I hope you've learned something quite useful and you can start implementing these image recognition machine learning models in your own iOS apps from now on. So my recommendation is to use Inception V3 because I find from testing that it's most accurate. But of course, feel free to play around with the other models that Apple has provided, and you'll see that some of them have better applications in certain situations and scenarios. So I'm looking forward to hearing about all of your awesome apps that you've created using Core ML. And if you made anything really cool, then please post it in the discussion and we would love to congratulate you and have a play with it. Now, in the next module, we have a bonus tutorial for you. Now, it's an optional tutorial, so you don't have to do it. In that next tutorial, we show you how you can recreate the Hotdog app using IBM Bluemix APIs. So we're basically using a different technology stack in order to achieve the same purpose, i.e. visual recognition. So as I mentioned, this is completely optional. You're going to be building the same Hotdog or Not Hotdog app, although with some neat add-on features. But if you're not interested in recreating the same app again, then you can go ahead and skip the next module and go straight ahead to our intermediate Core ML module, where we're going to be building a really awesome plant identification app. So I'll see you on one of those modules. See you soon.